A child can be a boon, a blessing, a burden, or all three at once. A wide field of bitter herbs and thistle, grey-green and desolate, stretched from the shadowed woods to the loose scree of a small, isolated hill. Across it, a young woman, cloaked and hooded, drove her pony and cart, whipping the beast to a bruising pace, ignoring its stumbles on the rough ground. Beneath the shelter of her cloak, she clutched a baby close to her breast, and now and again looked over her shoulder to check that the crates of books and papers under the cart's canvas cover were staying roped in place, and to make sure no one was following. A raven cawed overhead. The young woman frowned at the sky, then pulled her hood down farther to shadow her face. Ahead, a tower, the one remaining wing of a castle ruined by a long-ago war, a testament to a once powerful family. It now stood alone and ominous at the top of a small, steep hill, with not even a nearby tree to challenge its absolute dominance of the skyline. The walls around it were little more than rubble now, but some artistry in the tower's construction, or perhaps sheer luck, had kept it completely intact while the building around it succumbed to the harsh winds that scraped the valley near bare. The young woman halted the cart as close to the gap-toothed stone walls as she could, and freed her pony from its traces, leaving it to crop contentedly at the wind-blown grass that grew almost horizontally along the hill's base. Hefting a pack onto her back, and still clutching the baby, she half walked, half climbed up the slope, keeping her balance with some difficulty. Her teeth had been clenched with the sheer force of her anger and stubbornness for so long, years it felt like, that her jaw ached, and her feet were more blister than skin. But the aches and pains, the thorns striping her shins with blood, the poisonous leaves that left her skin stinging, all could be ignored in service of a higher purpose. Even the child in her arms, its cheeks purple and swollen as plums, could be ignored, even as it cried with a stubborn determination that refused to be soothed. The young woman murmured to it as she climbed, cupping the soft little head in one hand to keep it secure. When she reached the overgrown path to the tower door, she placed the baby, still howling, on a patch of bare earth in the tower's shadow. While it kicked and protested and wailed, she took a broad, long-bladed knife and hacked at the tangle of bushes that had grown up around the doorstep, woody and thick at their centre. She tried to saw through them, but they proved stubborn. And so, swearing under her breath, she pulled a book from her pack, thumbed to a well-foxed page, and read the words out loud. Her red hair floated about her shoulders, then settled, and the last tangle of branches gave way. With a cry of mingled frustration and triumph, she wrenched open the door.